Hey everybody, this video once again brings us back out to Walt Disney World. I just enjoyed my free beverage and my free snack here at the DVC lounge at the top of the Imagination Pavilion. At one point, Michael Jackson walking right over there through the Rainbow Corridor, not there anymore. I would get, as much as I love the DVC lounge as a DVC member, I would give it all up just to have the Rainbow Corridor back once again. But anyway, we're not out here today to talk about the ghosts of attractions past. We're out here today to talk about the ghosts of a tragedy past here in Walt Disney World here at Epcot. It is the Halloween season still. Halloween's only a couple of days away on Friday. It'll be October. It'll be October 31st. Of course it'll be the last day of October. It won't be October for long. It'll be the last day of October. It'll be October 31st, Halloween day, this Friday. So we are still in the I can only do it with three fingers. The spooky season. We are still in the spooky season. So we still have to talk about some spooky things. And I want to talk to you guys about a spooky thing here at Walt Disney World at Epcot. A ghost story, if you will. A Disney urban legend, if you will. An urban legend that spawns from the faraway time of 1992. All the way back on September 12th, 1992, a 37-year-old man from Rochester, New York named Allen Ferris showed up at the front gates of Epcot at around 11 p.m., 2 hours after the park had already closed, demanding to see his ex-girlfriend who worked here. They, of course, said, no, you have to leave. The park is closed. We're not just going to go find your ex-girlfriend. You got to get out of here. You're not supposed to be here. Go. He kept demanding to see his ex-girlfriend. He kept saying, no, you have to leave. He pulls out a sawed-off shotgun and opens fire, thankfully missing the security guards who were trying to get him to leave. However, he ended up taking two of them hostage. He takes two security guards hostage, again, demanding to see his ex-girlfriend, who they are not letting him see, which is good because there is a restraining order against him. She did have a restraining order against him. Things were not going well. Again, bad breakup. He apparently did not take it very well, and he had a restraining order against him. They were not allowed to be around each other, so they were not letting them see each other. We don't even know, I think, if she was here. They never actually released her name. We don't know who this ex-girlfriend was, but apparently she was working here at one point. She worked here. He came here to see her. They said no. He pulls out a shotgun, opens fire. Thankfully, again, not hitting anybody, but taking two security guards hostage and bringing them back here, back behind the Imagination Pavilion. Again, once up there, the Rainbow Corridor. Oh, how I miss it. So he brings them back here, back to the Imagination Pavilion, and takes them back behind the Imagination Pavilion. Look at that right up there. There's a figment pumpkin up there. That is awesome. Is it just a figment of my imagination, or is that a figment pumpkin up there? We're going to use a couple of puns today. Even though this is a tragic, horrible story, we'll still use some puns. Anyway, so he takes the security guards back here behind the Imagination Pavilion, which we can walk behind. You might be thinking, are we going backstage? Just for cast members, for employees only? No, this is actually where the restrooms for the Imagination Pavilion are located. Kind of a weird spot for restrooms back here behind the Imagination Pavilion. They're kind of hidden. Not a lot of people know they're back here. I'm constantly hearing employees saying, oh, the restrooms are back here, having to point people back here to tell them where the restrooms are. So again, he has taken two security guards hostage, and he brings them back here, back behind the Imagination Pavilion, back to the restroom area, brings them back here, holding them hostage in the bathroom back here, demanding that he sees his ex-girlfriend. Again, they're still saying no. You have security guards out here. You have sheriff deputies out here demanding that he lets go of the hostages that he has being held back here in the restroom, demanding that he lets the security guards go. He eventually does. He eventually lets the security guards go. But at this point, he's demanding now that the police just shoot him. He's saying, shoot me, kill me. I don't want to live. I miss my ex-girlfriend. I'm sad. I want to die. And he demands that they open fire on him. Of course, the police do not do that. They're not just going to randomly open fire on him. Yes, he has a gun. Yes, he has fired shots. Yes, he is a danger. But I guess until he starts opening fire at the at the actual deputies, they're not going to open fire on him. So they do not open fire, but he's demanding they do. So eventually he makes his way. I've read two things. I read that he did this back here in the restrooms. I've also read that he made his way outside of the restrooms, more kind of over into this area, sort of over here, and did this. He eventually, sadly, takes the weapon, puts him to himself, and opens fire on himself, taking his own life. Though, this is where the urban legend gets a little weird. I have read that he did not actually die here on the premise, on the property. He shot himself, and he didn't die until he was being transported, I believe, by helicopter to the nearest hospital. He did not actually pass away here on Disney property, which leads me to wonder, are these bathrooms actually haunted? Or is it just your imagination? Because apparently he did not actually die here, which means would the ghost of Allen Ferris actually be here on Disney property? I don't know, but the urban legend, the rumor is that his ghost now haunts the restrooms back here. So if you're back here, you come back to these kind of sort of hidden restrooms. Actually, if you do come back here, a lot of times you are by yourself. But if you come back here and you're in the restroom by yourself, doing your business, maybe possibly you might hear the voice, or possibly maybe see the ghost of Allen Ferris back here haunting the restroom, still demanding to see. We're not going to go in there, but still, I'm not going to bother people in there, but still haunts this restroom, demanding to see his ex-girlfriend. Crazy Disney urban legend ghost story. Not a fun story, not a happy story, definitely not a tragedy, a horrible story. Lots of people have died here on Disney property. Disney opened back on October 1st, 1971. That's when the Magic Kingdom opened. A lot of people have passed away here at Disney, some by accident, some from natural causes. I mean, there was a plane crash, some unfortunate suicides. Many people have passed away here at Disney. So there might be a lot of ghost stories. There could possibly be other hauntings here at Disney, but the one I wanted to talk to you guys about today was the haunting of Allen Ferris back here at the Imagination Pavilion restrooms. Have you used these restrooms? Have you been back here before, maybe by yourself? Have you maybe heard something supernatural, something spooky, maybe something happened to you back here while you were using these restrooms? Have you heard the voice or seen the apparition of Allen Ferris back here demanding to see his ex-girlfriend? I've been back here to use these restrooms many a times. I've been inside these restrooms by myself many a times. I've never seen, I'm just gonna chuck this at this point. I've never seen or heard anything spooky or supernatural happen back here. I've never heard or seen Allen Ferris, but supposedly, possibly, you could hear Allen Ferris back here doing it. Is that the sound of him in there? No, it's probably somebody actually using the restroom, but maybe, possibly, if you're back there by yourself, doing your business, it's quiet, maybe late at night, maybe the park's just about to close, and you've snuck back here quickly to relieve yourself, and you're sitting in there using the restroom, maybe you'll hear the voice or see the apparition of Allen Ferris, who supposedly haunts the restrooms back here, even though he did not actually die on property. So kind of maybe sort of debunks the urban legend, the ghost story, if you will. He did not actually, again, he did not die here. Apparently died on the helicopter on the way to the hospital, but still, this is where the gunshot wound was inflicted. He inflicted it upon himself. This is where the unfortunate suicide was, where it happened, right back here. Maybe in the restrooms, maybe kind of over in this section right here, but regardless, back here in the restroom area of the Imagination Pavilion. So not a happy story, not a fun story, but a spooky Disney ghost story, a spooky Disney urban legend nevertheless. And next time you're out here using the restrooms behind the Imagination Pavilion, maybe you'll listen a little bit more closely. Maybe you'll look around a little bit more closely. Maybe you'll really take in the ambiance, if you will, of the actual restrooms. As weird as that sounds to say, maybe you'll listen a little bit closer next time and listen for the voice of Allen Ferris next time you're here at these restrooms, because supposedly, maybe, possibly, he haunts these restrooms. Does he? Does he not? Leave your comments down below. What do you think? I don't know. I'm a little torn. It's a crazy story. Again, not a fun story, not a happy story, a horrible, awful, tragic story, but a ghost story and an interesting story that I wanted to share with you guys. But again, I am kind of torn because he didn't actually pass away here. So would his spirit still haunt here? Maybe a spirit just still haunts Epcot looking for his ex-girlfriend. I don't know. You guys leave your comments down below. I want to hear from you guys. But there you go. There's your spooky Disney ghost story. Keep that in mind next time you're out here. You're about to pop onto Journey into Imagination with Figment, and you're like, wait a minute, hold on. Before I get on this attraction, I want to pop into the restrooms really quickly. Or maybe you're up there enjoying the DVC lounge, and you have to use the restrooms, and you come back here, and you're all alone. There's nobody else back here. You're all by yourself back in the restrooms. Keep in mind, you could be using the restrooms with a ghost. But all right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Again, comments down below. What do you think? What do you guys think? Haunted or not haunted? I want to hear from you guys. But all right, I am going to let you guys go now. So as always, thank you all so much for checking out this video. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, check down below for links to Patreon, check down below for links to Spreadshirt, hit the join button to become a member of this channel to gain early access to all of my videos. And if you guys watch this video all the way into the very end, hashtag haunted Disney, hashtag haunted Disney. If you guys watch this video all the way until the very end, Disney, that is what we're talking about today. The haunting of a Disney restroom. It just sounds weird saying that, but it is what it is. Right back here, not here where the doggy restroom is. I like it. A restroom for dogs as well. I love Disney. That is awesome. Your service dog can use the restrooms right back here, but these restrooms here, not the dog restroom, the human restroom, are supposedly the restrooms that are indeed haunted. Again, by the ghost, Allen Ferris, who sadly took his life right back there, right around here, somewhere right back here in this area. As awful as that is, maybe a good thing that it turned out that way, and that he did not actually see his ex-girlfriend, because, I mean, we don't know what his motive was, but he did have a gun with him, and he was looking for his ex-girlfriend, so things possibly could have gone even worse than they did. So as awful and horrible as the story as it is, maybe it was possibly, as weird as it sounds to say, the best outcome. I don't know if that's the way I want to word it, but let's just say things could have gone worse. But all right, again, I'm rambling on. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to enjoy my time here at Epcot. I got a couple of hours to kill. I'm maybe going to go get on an attraction. Maybe I'll get on Journey into Imagination. You know what? I'm here. Yeah, I'm going to pop on Journey into Imagination. I'm going to go look for some pins I want to buy. Maybe walk over to the boardwalk. Maybe go back up to the DVC lounge at some point because it's getting kind of warm out. Maybe get myself another beverage since I threw my other one out. Anyway, guys. All right. Again, like I said, that's going to do it. I'm sorry. I know. I've rambled on. We're going to do the closing again. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Check down below for links to Patreon. Check down below for links to Spreadshirt. And hit the join button. I appreciate that, guys. And like I said, hashtag haunted Disney. If you guys watch this video all the way to the very end, and leave your comments down below on whether or not you think the bathroom is haunted, isn't haunted, and if you've used those restrooms, have you ever witnessed anything spooky, supernatural, haunting-ish? Have you actually seen or heard the ghost of Allen Ferris? Leave your comments down below. All right, for real this time. I'm gonna let you guys go. All right, thanks for watching. I will see you all in the next video. Bye. But only if you hit that subscribe button. Bye.